Hi everybody, it's Alicia with City Wellness, formerly City Drips. And I just wanted to get on here real quick to talk. We are approaching our third year in business. Technically, I started in December of 2021. And now that it's the third year, I have learned a lot in a new space twice over. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience, how it started. I started with just an idea after COVID and going through pregnancy and having to do IVs throughout that experience. So in December of 21, I actually started researching and studying and taking classes for nurse entrepreneurs in regards to IV therapy, IV hydration, and really zoning in on that. And then in February, I started City Drips, and that was big for me and my family. And with that, the industry was kind of fresh, it was new, and it was just to be IV hydration, which is why the name was City Drips. But then as I started getting into wellness and learning about the business, that's when I learned about other things, semaglutide, other weight loss practices, and started really studying on that and what's best. And at that time, semaglutide, you couldn't even really say the name. It was a big deal back then. Like now, semaglutide is available everywhere. All the compound pharmacies are doing it. Some compound pharmacies, actually in my area, the compound pharmacy that everybody's using wasn't even able to do it, and they just started. So at that time, it was really hard to get it. My semaglutide prices were really high at that time because it wasn't easy to get it. And then you would get it, and then the FDA would do a clearance or do a slander, and it would get down. It was crazy at that time. And that was some wild times. Shout out to all the med spas who have been doing this since 2021. They know what I'm talking about. It was some wild times. But we've made it here, and now you can catch GLP-1s all over the place. They're everywhere. So now that's obviously they show the prices down, and it's great for everybody. So that's great. But that was one thing. Body contouring I added on as I started going into it, because people were coming in, losing weight, having elasticity. Even me myself, just after having the baby and losing the weight, these are the things that I wanted to address for myself personally. And from the get-go, City Drips was always something about wellness. So it wasn't necessarily med spa driven. It was more about wellness. So I knew that I wanted to keep that authentic because I wanted to try all of the services that I provided for people, for myself, and that is something that I maintained throughout this whole process. But now that